Yeah, what is good, everybody? What is good, yo? Oh, this is looking bad. Um, Fairy Tale. Holy crap, man. I honestly did not know what to expect from Fairy Tale this week. Seeing Zareth in the previews was kind of a giveaway of, like some backstory of him, hopefully, like some things that we don't know. But come to find out, man, it turns out they had other plans. They had plans to make us cry, make us freaking feel like some babies. And if I'm not mistaken, if you didn't feel some type of way watching this episode, you're probably a monster. Or if you had no types of feeling of seeing all this, either you're a monster or you probably haven't been following Fairy Tale from start to finish, which is fine. But with this week's episode going straight into Zareth and his relationship with one of the most dangerous people who he pretty much just said could rule the entire world, um, Agnologia. So we find out that Zareth has a pretty easy way of tracking him, or I mean, from what Zareth said, he said, I never expected you to have this meeting with me. So it almost sounds like they were communicating some way, somehow, to even set this up. Or maybe the meaning is just the instance of, oh my god, I'm dead. It's just the meaning of, like, he actually didn't attack him without, prior just him being in the area type of deal, maybe. So seeing both of these huge powerhouses that pretty much we've never seen Agnologia actually, not Agnologia, but Zareth, we've never seen Zareth actually go full in on somebody. So to know that Zareth is, pretty much taking things serious now, it definitely shows you where the whole end game of the series comes into play with this with just this episode alone. You can pretty much see the end of what they're going for. You can definitely tell, um, well, I can anyway, what they're aiming for, which is pretty simple when it comes down to how did I did a grab and she grabbed me. Interesting. Um, you could tell just because simply when we got the information about Zareth saying, "Am I gonna pick the side to fight with you or side with the humans, or um, side with the humans, fight you, or side with you and fight the humans?" It put an perspective in my mind, like, okay, so he's probably this is why we've been seeing Zareth just like on on the brink of, just like chilling. He's never been really that active until what's his face? Hades, like the whole um first time Zareth like really showed up and actually cared about something enough to kill. Seemingly it was probably now that we got this, oh my god. Since we got this episode, we can kind of put forward that the reason why Zareth kind of went off on the guild that attacked Fairy Tale and almost like ended them, and it was like one of the old Fairy Tale members, is not only did, if you watch Zero, you kind of get like a feeling that um, Zareth kind of knew that guy, like he knew him when he was much younger. But then to on the be on the flip side of that, he's not only attacking Mavis, supposedly someone that Zareth cares about. He brings her up even in this week's episode. But we also get the notion that, uh, something about everything that Hades was doing, it made Zareth like very angry enough to just snap out and just use everything against him. So if there's some type of trigger that could have been that maybe pushed it, to the breaking point, it could have been Natsu. Learning that Natsu is Zaref's brother is mind blowing. Not only is he Zaref's brother and one of Zaref's creation, he's also E.N.D, the one thing that Gray and his father sworn to destroy. So we're in some real weird stuff, and it almost makes that much more sense for Igneel to want the Book of E.N.D, to I guess do whatever he can to get uh what's his face out of any type of trouble. Natsu, in the sense of maybe if you just destroyed the book, Natsu is dead. So now it's like we have a way that seemingly kills Natsu uh on the table. We seemingly have uh we seemingly have Zareth and Agnolokia, who could have been seemingly planning, an overall arcing story together, but seemingly they're not, like, he doesn't want to work with Agnolokia, and he doesn't want to work with the humans, so he's deciding to fight everybody. And um, when it comes down to like Natsu and meeting Mavis and stuff, all that is something he wanted to share for another time. So my prediction is that Natsu is definitely going to be like in some type of position to have a straight-on conversation with Zareth, and Zareth to be able to spill all this stuff to him, and that's probably when we're going to learn maybe more Mavis, or maybe Mavis herself is going to tell us things, because in this week's episode as well, we get to see uh, her straight up being shown again, and seemingly Makarov being. Oh, no way. Dang, that special's broken. Makarov supposedly being the person who kind of is watching over her, so to speak. Like, it seems like he's just been with Mavis this whole time. And it would make a lot of sense because Mavis is the heart of like Fairytale. So if he's been with the heart of Fairytale this whole time, protecting it, um, it just goes to show that if they ever went out of their way to, oh my God, I'm dead. If they ever went out of their way to obtain the heart of Fairytale, or to bring about finding out what's in the secret room that Makarov been protecting, they would find her and probably unlock more power for the fairy tale users, like Kana, Gildart's daughter, when she finally, like does her S rank mission and learns an ability that seemingly becomes super helpful over and over. It's nice to know that wherever Fairy Tale was going, they had these people who pretty much had stupid broken stuff that would help them out. But at the same time, if those people weren't there, they had to, rely on their own. So this is one of these moments now where they have been relying on their own. I don't think Mavis has been giving them much of anything with the disband, with Makarov saying, all that stuff. Uh, but to see Makarov again would be nice. Seeing him in the opening credits with like his facial hair and stuff seems like it's gonna be pretty dope. I don't know. I guess I can't block against this guy. I think his weapon goes through blocking. Um, yeah, it does. So no wonder why I'm getting bodied. But yeah, overall, man, I can't honestly wait, because a lot of people are not talking about Fairy Tail because it comes with its own stigma of, oh, you don't know good anime, or you don't know this, you don't like. I get it. Like, people said this, or when you watch the anime and he says, "I'm gonna punch you with friendship." I get it, but at the same time, these are the shows that are considerably inspiring a lot more shows that we're seeing in the future. We've seen, I mean, My Hero is almost like the friendship punching show becoming, like every time these kids are in these dire situations, they somehow pull it out. And It's usually because they want to protect someone who's their friend and stuff like that. So you got to remember that all of these shows that have these long runnings and still continuingly to go, um, you have to put some respect on their name because other creators are putting that respect on their name. They are straight up, using certain aspects that this show would use. I mean, I'm not going to go into every detail of what aspects I've seen, but I mean, it's simple to know that like Black Clover, even Boruto, and like some of the main series that had their chances of already using these things much earlier in the series, we have seen, Fairy Tail do time and time again. So, oh, he's in Soul Charge. Okay. So I just thought it was cool that Fairy Tail being what it is to the fandom, it still has a place in the anime community of like creators and stuff like that who are going to, pick apart different things that they enjoy about this series. And if people can't enjoy or like understand that and enjoy Fairy Tail, then there's going to be a lot more series that enjoy Fairy Tail, uh, uh, actually use aspects from it. I mean, it's not like the animation's bad at all either. The character designs are not bad. It's just people really have a problem with the story and how things fall in line. Um, but it's understandable. I'm not here to say that you're like how other people are gonna judge you if for liking it. I'm not here to judge you for not liking it because that's pretty much not my place. I just wanted you to know you shouldn't feel some type of way because you like it or dislike it, because it's only going to either make you not be able to enjoy shows for what they're actually trying to set forward for you, or you're just going to avoid all the types of shows like this, and you might find out that one of those shows that have been quote unquote gets that stigma, you might find yourself liking it, and then you miss out because you went with whatever your gut was saying about whatever you heard. So make up your choices, people. Fairy Tale showing Agnologia, Zareth, and Mavis. I mean, we're getting pretty close to the end here of like the mainstay people who are like relatively bonkers in the sense of power and the sense of overall narrative of the actual story. So with that being said, I will talk to you guys in the next one. I should not have put Soul Calibur on. I have not been playing this game at all, and to fight against try hard things like this in this mode it's not the smart idea, but I thought I would try anyway. So with that, everybody, enjoy your day, night, evening, whatever it is, and I will talk to you in the next one. All right, everybody. Peace.